All right, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the free daily coaching with Bert. And good morning and welcome. This morning is April 30th, so we're on a Wednesday, which means it's always an exciting day. I go to an industry-wide webinar every single Wednesday, so that's always an exciting deal. The other thing that we do on Wednesdays is we have Words Wednesdays, so we always talk about things that have to do with prospecting, things that have to do with talking to others when we have Words Wednesday. So I want to say good morning and welcome to some people that are here already. I know people trickle in, and this morning I was just finishing up a call, and so good morning to Lauren and Karen. Good morning, Robert, out in California. Pauline and Kevin down in Texas. Good morning to you. Another Texan, Felicia. Good morning. Debbie down in Arizona. Tim, good morning to you. Ralph, good morning to you, sir. And Sarah, good morning to you. Sarah, welcome. I think this might be the first time I've seen you on the free daily coaching call, so good morning to you and welcome. Feel free to use, I think I have the chat turned on, so feel free to use the chat. I will open the questions and answers so that if you have any questions, you can ask any questions that you have as well. So, talking about Words Wednesday, you know what? Go ahead and let me know in the chat too, guys, that you guys can see and hear me, and let me know this morning that we're going live and that everyone can see and hear me, and that'll let me continue. So go ahead over there and let me know, and that will be awesome. And I'll jump right over. Boom, 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 boom. All right, let me look. You guys can? Yes, yes, yes. Good morning. Good morning, Judy. Good morning, Karen. Awesome. All right, well, I'm guessing that, I'm hoping that you guys can. Awesome. All right, Robert just gave me a yes. I know there's a little bit of a delay, so awesome, awesome. So, what I wanted to talk about this morning was prospecting and how we're speaking with people. So, I want you to do me a favor. Raise your hand if you're actually making calls right now. If you actually are making phone calls and calling your prospects, raise your hand so I can see how many people are actually doing that. So go ahead and raise your hands and let me know, and that'll give me an idea of who's actually calling. Now, there's a couple different styles, I believe, of calling people, and a lot of people have different approaches. So you're going to get different prospecting training from a business professional than you would say someone that's that had never been in like the sales industry. Awesome. Okay, so people are starting to raise your hands. Awesome, awesome. Okay, cool. So, awesome. All right, we're getting more hands, more hands. Awesome, awesome. Okay, so the very first thing that I like to do, obviously, and maybe not obviously, the very first thing that I do when I'm calling is I always ask if I can, may I speak to, I always say, hello, may I speak to, and then whatever the name is of the person, and then usually they say, yes, that's me, and then I say, hi, my name's Bert Bledsoe, and I'm calling you from Colorado Springs, and I saw that you were on one of my websites, and I was just calling to follow up with you. That's it, something very, very simple. And usually that's it. That's the beginning of the conversation. And that opening is very, very simple. And there's a lot of different questions you can ask. There's a lot of conversation starters and icebreakers and all kinds of different methods that you'll hear about. I really try to keep it super, 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 super simple. And last night I did a training with a bunch of people that I work with on my home-based business, and we really talked about it, and it comes down to really three things, right? Do you have a plan? Are you happy? Are you happy? Do you have a plan? And would you like to see one? Sorry, I got it out of order there. Are you happy with what you're doing? Do you have a plan? Would you like to see one? And those 3 questions can be asked in a lot of different ways, right? Are you happy? Awesome. So we have 1, 2, and I know that person does, and I know Tanya does, so there's 2, and Debbie said she is 3. So pretty much 100% of people are calling their leads just about. So the very first question, are you happy? There's so many different ways to ask that question. You don't, that it's not an opening question. Hi, let's just say it's a cold call. Let's just say you're calling a lead. Hi, is Jennifer there? Yes, this is Jennifer. Well, Jennifer, this is Bert Bledsoe calling. I'm calling from Colorado Springs because you were on one of my websites. So I'm just calling to follow up with you. How are you today? Hey. Or do you have a few minutes to talk today? Right? Something very simple. Hey, do you have just a few minutes? I could ask you a few questions? Sure. So are you currently in a home-based business? Are you looking to get into one? That's a simple question right there. Like right there, you're going to find out if they're happy, if they have a company, if they're happy with their company, if they're looking for a company. Right there, you're going to find out. And it doesn't have to be all weird like, hey, I'm going to sell you something. Hey, I'm just following up because you came to my website. I help people that are in home-based businesses, and I was just wondering if you're already currently in one, or are you looking for an opportunity? Are you looking for some guidance in that area? How can I be of service to you? Right? And that's it. Are you happy, and do you have a plan? Now, if they're happy with what they're doing, maybe they already have something going on, then it's, hey, do you have a plan? Because I can show you a plan to success. If they're interested. If you're talking to someone that you already know, you're not just going to walk right up to that person and be like, hey, what's up? Are you happy doing what you're doing? You're going to be talking to them just in conversation about whatever. Hey, how is your day going? Hey, what'd you get accomplished this week? Hey, what's your goal what's your business goal this week? Right? Something like along those lines. So you're discussing business. Then it's an easy conversation. Hey, what have you been up to? What are you doing right now? Oh, awesome. Whatever their answer is, you can be like, oh, cool. How's it going? Are you having success? Are you enjoying it? What's going on with that? It's an easy question. And if they're happy, they're happy. Awesome. How can you support them? Hey, what can I do to support you? How can I, cheer for you? How can I be of service to you? And if they're not happy, then it's like, hey, I have these options over here. This is what I'm doing over here. If any of that sounds valuable, I'd be glad to show that to you. So let me know, guys, if that makes sense, and gals. And guys and gals, and I know we have a couple viewers on Google Plus this morning and YouTube, so to all of the viewers, as well as those that are here live on the webinar itself, let me know if that makes sense. Do you have any questions? Is there something that you're doing in your prospecting right now that you have a question about? I know that each and every one of you out there has questions, right? I know it. I know because I had questions when I was new. I know everyone's got like, hey, what about this? Or hey, what about that? So I opened up the Q&A. You can totally ask the question, and it can be private. You don't have to post it in the chat so everyone doesn't know who's asking the question. And this is that opportunity. This is that opportunity. Instead of scheduling a call with me, instead of taking time away from when you could actually be prospecting, right now is that time. Right now is that ability where you can just pop a question up in the Q&A, find out the answer, and we can go through it right now. Maybe you have had a phone call where you didn't really know how to handle it, and you want to jump over and do a live role play. That's what Words Wednesdays is all about. It's for us to do that. So if you would like to either ask a question or you have something that you want to go over, put it in the Q&A. I'm going to fill up my coffee really quick because I know there's a time delay. So while I'm doing the coffee, you guys can answer. Raise your hand if you want to come out and do a role play because you have a situation that you'd like to run down in a safe place. Or ask those prospecting questions right now, whether it's prospecting on Facebook or on Google Plus, or it's doing telephones, or you're calling people or texting. This is that opportunity right now where you can ask. And guys, I'm not saying it. I'm not saying that I'm the best at this. I'm saying I've had some success, and so along the way, and so I would like to help you and show you what I'm doing so that you can get that success. So let me fill this up. Time delay will catch up, and I'll be right back with you guys. All right, so what's your one-liner to describe MLSP? MLSP is an all-exclusive marketing platform that allows individuals to learn marketing skills, serve as an exposure agent, a lead generation system, and an interactive learning environment. That would probably be the closest that I would do for a one-liner. So when you're talking to, this is a great question. This is a really, really good question. When you're talking to prospects and they start to pitch their biz op, how can you redirect them back to what you're doing? Well, that's a great question. And I'm going to be honest. The pitch back, no cream and sugar. So, no, not really. Sometimes on my first or second cup I'll do cream and sugar, but most of the time I just drink it black. I do like heavy cream. That's a little side note for all of you that are watching. That was a little coffee question that came up on the side. So the question asked about the reversal. So you're talking to someone and now they're pitching you, right? Like when you're talking to prospects and they start to pitch their biz op, how can you redirect them? Okay, so there's a couple different methods. One is you could just ask them flat out, so how's that working for you? How are you enjoying that? What kind of success are you having, right? And then just ask them, well, what's the plan? What's your overall plan? Do you actually have a plan? And that way you can literally kind of turn that back around. So this skill set, in my opinion, is a more advanced prospecting skill set. So until you've mastered just prospecting individuals, trying to do a flip around, like trying to pitch the guy that's pitching you, is more advanced. Like imagine this: if you could learn to like if someone comes in and I'm just making up an example here. I don't know how good this example is going to work, but let's say you work at a burger joint and someone comes in and orders a combo meal, and they're already ordering the combo meal. It's not as hard, it's not as difficult to get them to upsell to the large size, right? That's not hard. But the guy that comes in and just buys an ice cream cone, it's going to be a harder sell to switch him from ice cream cone all the way to combo meal. I know that's not the greatest example, but this is a more advanced skill to be able to like kind of turn them back around. But what's happening in that conversation is they're trying to pitch you. So that question is a great question, and so I know the answer isn't very concrete. It's kind of twofold. A, you've got to ask them questions to kind of regain your posturing in the conversation, so to speak. And B, it really depends on that specific conversation. It depends on like what you've already been talking about and how the conversation's going. I mostly have just like regular conversations, just like this. Like, it's not all businessy and weird. It's just like, hey, what are you doing? Oh, cool. What are you doing right now? Oh, well, I'm kind of into this or that. Oh, cool. How's that working? Right? So I know that that doesn't answer the exact question, but you really, it's a more advanced skill set, and I would say that it's easier to um, just be in communication with those people and tell them, you know, what I usually tell people is, hey, I'm laser focused on what I'm doing right now because I have a direct plan and I'm working with people that are having success and they're showing me how to move along the path that they went down. Something to that extent. Follow-up calls would be good, using 3 ways to give trust. Absolutely. I don't know if is that a question? I don't know what that question is. Follow-up calls would be good, using 3 ways to give trust. So I'm not sure if that's a question. So you can put that. That's awesome. Okay, so hopefully I answered those 2 questions. Let me know if I answered all of your questions. Give me thumbs up or smiley faces or X's, or do something in the chat to let me know. But it's very, very simple. And everyone's making it so very complicated, and it's really not. It's just, hey, be yourself, be a genuine person, and have a heart of service where you're going out to see if you can help those people. Whether they're looking for an opportunity or whether they're looking for some training and some guidance on how to build their business and they're happy where they're at, most of us have opportunities or solutions and things that we can provide to those people to help them in their business. And so if you do that and you're asking genuine questions, then it's like, hey, listen, I'm here to help you, right? That's the deal. I'm here to offer what I found as a solution to you and present that in front of you. And if that works, and if that's something that you can stand behind, then awesome. And if it's not something that you're interested or you're happy where you're at, that's okay too. We're not trying to, we're just looking for people that are looking for us. That's it, right? Like straight up. We're not looking for anyone other than the people that are looking for us. You're looking for the person that's looking for you. And that's it. You're not looking to, like, I'm not looking to talk someone into being over here or trying to get them to, like, I want people to be a part of our team because we have a rockin' team. I want people to come and join my home-based business, right? Because our team is a team. We have a solid plan because people are getting their original investment back between 24 hours and 72 hours a lot of times. Most people within their first week, right? People that have never done it before are doing this. That's why when I'm talking to people, that's the kind of message I'm conveying. I'm not trying to sell them into, like, this is the best thing and this and that and that. Like, listen, that's it. Here's what I'm doing. This is why I'm doing it. So we have a solid plan. We have people that are teaching us that have done this for years, decades, okay? And it works, and it's proven to work. I've done it. People on the team are doing it each and every day, right? That's the kind of, and then the people that want to join that, those are the people that I'm looking for. Those specific people. The rest of the people, I'm not looking for those people. It's okay. Maybe they want to be a customer. Maybe they want help in another area. Maybe they're happy doing what they're already doing. Maybe they're selling XYZ or QR1000 and they're happy with that. That's okay. I'm still building a relationship with that person because maybe in 6 months or 5 months or a year or 2 years or whenever, maybe at some point QR5000 or XYZ or whatever they're doing isn't going to be right for them. And if you're still doing what you were doing, if you're still consistently providing value, helping others, those people are going to come back. So it's not all about instantaneous, like, get everyone right now. It's about, hey, go out and show your opportunity. Go out and share what you found. Be of service to them. Give people an opportunity to join you if they'd like. And have some fun along the way. It's that simple. It's really that simple. And stop making it hard. Right? Stop making it more complicated. Yes, it was a... Yeah, absolutely. Yes, it was a question on the second call, use a 3-way to build trust. Absolutely. You can use myself, other people on the team, like using others for that 3-way call, for that edification. It's not to have someone call so you can have someone selling for you. It's so that you can have that third-party edification so someone else can come in and be like, yeah, I do that too, and it's awesome. Or, yeah, I love working with this guy. It's been really phenomenal. That's what the 3-way call is for. And I know it's old school and it seems like, oh, I don't know. And mostly it's up here, I think, guys. Mostly it's up here, the 3-way call, like there's something like, oh, we can't do the three-way call, or something like it's like too old school or old-fashioned, or it's not going to work, or there's going to be some like high-pressure sales guy that's going to get on the other end. And that's not what it's for. That is not what the three-way call is all about. The three-way call is for that edification. It's that third-party endorsement for that prospect that you're talking about. It's bringing in that third party to say, yeah, this is rocking. I love it. This is what I'm doing. I can't wait for you to join us. Come on in, right? Come in. The water's warm. Jump on in, right? This beach is awesome. That's what the third party calls for. So hopefully I answered some questions this morning. I know it was kind of a hodgepodge. I wanted to really talk about how easy it can be, right? Are you happy? You got a plan? Would you like to see one? And you can break that down, each of those three questions, and they can be asked in so many different ways. Why not do something like write down 5 different ways on each of those questions on how you could phrase that, right? That's it, guys. I never memorized a script in the sense that this is what I did. I learned from all different people online. And yes, I listened to their scripts. And what I would do is this. I would take one sentence at a time, and I would adopt that sentence into my talking to people. But I would just, I call it birdify it, right? So I would take what they said, and I would say it like how I would say it. I would put it into my own words, and I would start using it until it was in every conversation. And then I would get another sentence, something else that worked, that these people were using in their prospecting and talking to other people. And once I incorporated a few of those into what I was doing, then it just became natural, and it's just part of my communication pattern. So I hope that makes sense. I hope that you guys got some value this morning. I'm going to shoot you over a link for the webinar registration this evening. It's an industry-wide webinar. Some good friends of mine, Adam Chandler and Justice Egan, are hosting this evening, and so I'm going to shoot you over that link. And then for any of you, those of you that do the MLSP morning call, I believe Miss Patricia Sweeney is going to be hosting this morning. So if you jump on that, you'll be able to connect with her this morning and hear what she's sharing. I think it's about emotional intelligence, so you can check that out. And other than that, I'll see you guys all this evening at an industry-wide webinar. I want to thank you for taking a few minutes out of your day to join me here at Free Daily Coaching. I want to thank you very much, and I would like to redirect you all now to go get registered for tonight's industry-wide webinar, and I'll see you guys this evening. As always, if you need anything, text me, Facebook message me, or give me a ring-a-ding on the phone, and I'll talk to you guys later.